Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm showing you guys how I do my foundation. Gonna be covering foundation, concealer, primer, color correcting, just how I put on my face. I've already done my eyebrows and my eye makeup. I actually did a video on this look. It's completely using this little sampler that I got with my Coastal Scents order recently. You can check that out here. And let's get started with our face. So the first thing I do after washing my face is apply a moisturizer. I use the Cetaphil moisturizing cream. Cult favorite, everybody loves it, I love it, it's good. Next is primer. That changes depending on what I'm feeling that day. Today I happen to be using a primer that doubles as a color corrector. This is the Face Shop's Air Cotton Makeup Base, SPF 30 in the color Mint. I already have this on my face, but I'll show you anyway. This is a green primer that cancels out a lot of redness, which is great for me because I'm a tomato. When I'm feeling blotchy or red or irritated, I usually reach for this. My go-to everyday primer is the Wet n Wild Coverall Primer. I like primers that feel like glue. It's very lightweight. Unlike this one, which is just pure silicone, this is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I like this. I don't know if it really fills in my pores, but I have enormous pores, so that's quite a challenge for any primer to take on, granted. I mean, it's a good primer. Don't get me wrong, it's a good primer. I usually go for my Wet n Wild. For my foundation today, I'm going to be using my favorite drugstore foundation. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Foundation. Skin Perfecting Full Coverage Foundation with Comfort Serum. Good luck searching that. This is in the shade 91 Light Ivory. This is actually too dark for me, which is just... This isn't the lightest shade. This is the lightest shade that was at my CVS. But there is a lighter shade. I think it's called Light Porcelain. So look into that if you're like alabaster white. For this, I just take off the cap. There's no pump, which sucks, and then I just pour some on the back of my hand, usually too much. It doesn't look too dark for me, right? But it is. Next, I'm going to take my middle finger, or your ring finger, it could be whichever finger you fancy, and I'm just gonna start dotting that all over my face. Next, to blend that all in, I take a damp Real Technique sponge, not a beauty blender. I don't know who you think I am spending $20. And I just start tapping my skin. When I say this is too dark for me, I don't mean upon application, by the way. I mean that throughout the day it oxidizes and I look slightly orange, which isn't the look I usually go for. Bring it down your neck, ladies and gents. So now after my foundation is on, I like to apply concealer. I'm using two different concealers today. The first one is for under my eyes and the second one is for my face. So my under eye concealer that I use is the Skin Food Salmon Dark Circle Concealer Cream. It comes in a little pot. I just use my ring finger to take some and dot it under my eye. This is a very peachy toned salmon concealer. I'm gonna set that real quickly. So then we're taking our LA Girl Pro Conceal in Porcelain and dotting that over any areas of our cheeks that need a little bit more coverage. And then we're gonna blend that in with our sponge. I'm happy with the coverage that I have now, so I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. HD powder and set my whole face. I usually dot my powder on. I don't do a whole lot of swiping because I don't know, I don't want to upset the foundation underneath it. So I set my whole face. Now we're going to move on to blush, contour, highlight, that whole thing. My face feels so mad. For blush, I'm going to be taking the matte blush from e.l.f.'s Fiji Matte Contour and Blush Duo, tapping off the excess and very lightly applying that to my cheeks. And I usually do the cheekbones up to the temples. I don't really focus on the apples. Next up, we're going in with our contour. I'm taking the NYX Powder Blush in Taupe and the Wet n Wild Contour Brush. Picking up some of that product, tapping off the excess, and then doing the fishy face. Finding that hollow of your cheek. Dusting that in there. I prefer this brush to my e.l.f. contouring brush just because I feel like that creates too harsh of a line. and the NYX powder blush isn't really the easiest product to blend out. Next up, to blend that out, I'm taking my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush and blending my contour up into my blush. And you for sure 100% want to blend your contour up, otherwise you're gonna look muddy. So once you're looking contoured and blushed, it's time for 2016's favorite step of the makeup routine, which is highlighter. For me, I've been using my Sleek highlighter palette in Solstice a lot lately, but my all-time favorite highlighter is actually the first one I bought. I don't know if it's because of nostalgia, if it's because of sentimentality. This is the Fergie Center Stage Collection To Reflect Shimmer palette in Rose Champagne Glow. I think they changed this, they changed the packaging. It's just a regular fixed Wet n Wild product now, but when I bought it, it was still the Fergie collection. This is beautiful as a highlight on deeper skin tones and a beautiful blush topper for more pale skin tones. It does give a shimmer. It's a little dark to be like a true highlight on me, but I love it nonetheless. So I'm picking some of this up on my fan brush and just dusting that on the high points of my cheeks. And you can see it's not a super intense glow. I'm fond of intense glows. I'm fond of more subtle glows. I just think they both have their place in makeup. Ooh, that contour needs to be blended a little bit. Sometimes I'll use this as a blush and a highlight at the same time, and it looks really good. So that's my highlight done, and with that, we are done with our face makeup. And this is what we look like. And that is my foundation routine and all of the other stuff I put on my face. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Click here to watch my previous video where I do this eyeshadow look with the purple liner. Hit that subscribe button down below if you have not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys! Don't embarrass me on camera.